in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to be talking to you about as a topic today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to address the baby trapping thing. You know, when a woman has a man's child purposely with the intentions of maintaining a current relationship because she doesn't want that relationship to end, even after the man has told her before she became pregnant or during her pregnancy that he did not want a child. And we see this a lot in our community. Modern women, black women in particular, I've seen it in the black community. They call it keep a N word babies, keep a man babies, keep a blank babies. I'll let you figure out what that is. You should know by that. So we're going to cover that situation because this is terrible. Because you're bringing in a innocent life to live a life of hardships, all because you were selfish, lady. Let's go ahead and get started. 1 second. Let's pull it up on your screen. I got to pull it up on your screen for you. Let's get it.
He said that he was on the phone with the kid's mom, and he was telling her, hey, we need to sit down and talk. And she was like, whatever you got to say, you can say it on the phone. He was like, no, I want to talk to you I like to do it face to face. So they were talking face to face, and he was telling her that he met somebody, he really liked her, and she was moving in, and he wanted her to meet the young lady so it wouldn't be any problems. He said that girl told him, it took me 6 months just to get pregnant, and you gonna tell me you ain't gonna be with me? And he said he sat there and was like, what you mean it took you 6 months to get pregnant? She said, I was putting holes in condoms for 6 months to have these babies, and you mean to tell me you ain't gonna be with me?
Now you see that? This woman for 6 months, for half a year, was going behind this man's back trying to get pregnant. Most time men would tell women that they do not want to be fathers. It could be a Pookie Ray Ray or Nook who says it, or it can be a good decent man who says it. It doesn't matter the character or the class of the man. If any man tells you once that he doesn't want that child or doesn't want to be a father, you believe that. These women are trying to force men into situations that they do not want to be in. And there's going to be someone who says, well, he laid down with him. Yeah, so what? What does him sleeping with her has to do with her going behind his back to try to intentionally get pregnant to bring an innocent child into this world? So this child is going to suffer due to her underhanded tactics because she was basically a selfish, self-centered woman. And now she wants to have a baby to try to keep a man in her life that she's interested in. How is that fair to the man or the child? Forget her, take her out the equation. How is that fair to that man or to that child that's going to grow up fatherless? Because if a man doesn't want that child, he don't want to be with that child, period. Some men will say, I got to man up and take care of my child and my responsibility. But that's a small percentage, especially when it comes in a situation where the woman has deceived them into becoming pregnant. Most men be like, I ain't going to do anything for the child at all. I already told that fool that I didn't want no kid. So now you're suffering throughout life simply because you were self-centered. This is ridiculous. This has got to stop, but it happens all the time in the hood.
I was like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. He said he hung up the phone, and then he started showing me the text messages. And she was like, you mad? What you mad for? You should be happy somebody want to have your kids. Your funny looking self. I don't know what I was thinking about when I was poking them hoes. All I knew was that I wanted you to be my man. I mean, I was reading them text messages like, because she thought having those kids was going to keep them. And a lot of people do. Men do it.
Now that's crazy. That's crazy, man. I got more to show you. I have a lot more to show you. Ladies, you got to stop messing up the community. You're messing up the community when you make these foolish decisions. And now you got bastard children running everywhere. Oh, yeah, by the way, I will be doing a series called The Bastard Child. This is not one of those episodes of that series, but I will be doing one. Okay? Let's keep going. Let's see what this lady had to say about this situation.
Today must be the day to talk about this. But I'm going to say it, and I don't care who gets mad. If a man don't want to have a baby with you, don't have that baby. So basically, I just seen a story like this recently, but I want to talk about something that happened at my job like a year ago. So basically, this young woman came in and she was brutally beaten. Like, you can tell she was beaten up, like she was jumped or whatever. And she was pregnant. And I remember, like, oh my gosh, who would want to beat up this pregnant woman? And she's like, this guy, the guy she was pregnant by, sent these girls to jump me. And so I'm like, well, why would he do that? You're carrying his seed, like, his child. And she was like, because he don't want this baby. And I'm just thinking in my head, okay, try not to judge, but I wanted to say, well, are you going to keep it? She's like, yeah, because I want to have a baby. Mind you, she's 18 years old. And so I'm like, trying not to overstep my boundaries, but I wanted to say to her, do you not know this man will get you killed? If he's willing to jump you, like, clearly, if he's getting you jumped, he wants to get rid of that baby.
Exactly. Women don't even think like that, man. She is willing to risk her life and the life of the unborn child for her own selfish agenda. She's going to have that baby regardless of what you say. The man done told you don't want the baby. Now, she had a nut. She had slept with a nut. Because that's terrible, egregious, that's horrible. To try to get a woman beat up to cause her to have a miscarriage, to miscarry the baby. That's terrible. But that's the man that you chose to sleep with, your Pookie, your Ray Ray, and your Nook Nook. That's what you chose to sleep with, a violent man, okay? Now, the violent man, this is so stupid. If a violent man tells you he don't want that child and then he sends people to hurt you and you still on some, I'm going to keep this child regardless, you can lose your life. You can get deleted. He's telling you he don't want the child. He told you that before. It's up to you to carry the child full term in these cases, I mean, I'm not an advocate of abortion. That's not my personal thing. But I do have enough common sense to know this right here. If a man tells you that he doesn't want you to have a baby by him because he's unprepared to be a father or he's unwilling to be a father at the time of his life, then you should listen to him. Let's keep going.
He's willing to jump you. Like, clearly, if he's getting you jumped, he wants to get rid of that baby. Now I'm just thinking in my head, the next step may be death, but it's not my job to do that. I'm just taking her by the sides because she's okay. So luckily the mom came in and she talked some sense to her. I don't know if the girl listened. I hope she listened. But the mom was like, next he's going to kill you. And I've just read a story about how a man killed his sneaky link because she was pregnant. And it just goes back to say, like, if that man is already telling you that he don't want that baby, believe him. You cannot make men be fathers if they don't want to, even if you want them to be.
And that is the lesson that we must get today, boys and girls. Stop having these baby trapping things. Stop having these keep a brother babies, man. It's not worth it. It's terrible. Anything can happen to anybody in these type of situations. So I'll drop one on that today. I'll be talking to y'all soon. You know how I get down. Y'all have a good one. You hear?